Stop scrubbing your stove until your arms hurt. It's not working. I'm going to show you why your kitchen looks dirty even after you clean it and exactly how to fix it in under 10 minutes. I'm not guessing here. My grandfather was a janitor. My father was a janitor. I've been cleaning professionally for 20 years. I know the difference between looking clean and actually being clean. Most of you are wasting money on products that just move grease around. Today, we stop the waste. We start cleaning smart. If you want a kitchen that stays clean longer with half the effort, keep watching. Welcome back to Kitchen Shine Master. If you're new here, I teach real cleaning methods based on 3 generations of janitorial experience. No fluff, just what works. Let's talk about the problem. You walk into your kitchen. It smells fine. The counters look wiped down, but something feels off. The air feels heavy. The surfaces feel sticky when you run your hand across them. You look at the gas stove and there's that yellow-brown film around the burners. You look at the wood cabinets near the handle areas and they're dark with grime. You spend an hour every weekend scrubbing, spraying, and wiping, but by Wednesday, it's back. Why? Because you are treating the symptoms, not the cause. You are using the wrong tools on the wrong soils. You are likely using all-purpose cleaners on heavy grease, which is like trying to put out a forest fire with a water pistol. It wets the surface, but it doesn't break the bond. Or worse, you're using harsh chemicals that strip the finish off your wood cabinets, making them porous and easier to get dirty next time. This cycle is exhausting, it's expensive, and it's unnecessary. The reason. Here is the science, simplified. Kitchen grime is not just dirt. It is a combination of 3 things: airborne grease, food particles, and dust. When you cook, especially with gas or high-heat frying, microscopic oil particles launch into the air. They don't just vanish. They land on your cabinets, your walls, your light fixtures, and your appliances. Over time, this oil oxidizes. It turns from a liquid into a sticky, varnish-like substance. This is called polymerized grease. Once it polymerizes, water-based cleaners cannot touch it. Water and oil do not mix. If you spray a standard all-purpose cleaner on polymerized grease, you're just sliding the cleaner over the top. You might remove the loose dust on top, but the sticky layer remains. That sticky layer then acts like flypaper. New dust and new grease stick to it instantly. This is why your kitchen gets dirty so fast. You have a base layer of old sticky grease that you never fully removed. The second reason your cleaning fails is tool selection. Paper towels are terrible for heavy grease. They shred, they leave lint, and they saturate too quickly, meaning you're just spreading the grease around with a wet paper pulp. Microfiber is better if used correctly. If you use a dirty microfiber cloth, you are just redistributing the grime. The third reason is chemical incompatibility. You cannot clean wood cabinets with the same product you use on your stainless steel sink. Wood is porous. Stainless steel is non-porous. Using a degreaser meant for metal on wood will dry out the wood, crack the sealant, and ruin the finish. Once the finish is gone, the wood absorbs the grease, and no amount of scrubbing will get it out. You have to refinish the cabinet. That's a $100 problem caused by a $5 mistake. So, the reason your kitchen isn't staying clean is that you are fighting a chemical battle with the wrong weapons. You need to break the polymer bond, lift the soil, and protect the surface. Let's get into the solution. We are going to tackle the 3 biggest trouble spots in your kitchen: the gas stove, the wood cabinets, and the general countertop maintenance. I will give you the exact method I use in professional settings. Part 1. The gas stove deep clean. The stove is the epicenter of kitchen grease. Start by removing the grates and burner caps. Take these to the sink. Do not try to clean them while they're on the stove. You need space and heat. Fill your sink with hot water. Not warm, hot. Add 1 cup of white vinegar and 2 tablespoons of dish soap. The vinegar helps break down mineral deposits from spills, and the dish soap cuts the fresh grease. Let these soak for 15 minutes. While they soak, we deal with the stovetop surface. Most people spray cleaner directly on the stove. Stop. Spray your cleaner onto a microfiber cloth first. Why? Control. If you spray directly, the liquid runs into the burner igniters. This causes corrosion and electrical issues later. Use a dedicated degreaser for the stovetop surface. If you prefer a natural option, make a paste of baking soda and water. Apply it to the stubborn, burnt-on spots around the burners. Let it sit for 5 minutes. The baking soda acts as a mild abrasive without scratching the enamel or steel. Use a non-scratch scouring pad. Scrub in circular motions. You will see the brown sludge lift. Wipe it away with a clean, damp microfiber cloth. Check the cloth. If it's black or brown, rinse it and wipe again. Do not stop until the cloth comes away clean. Now back to the grates. After soaking, use a stiff brush, an old toothbrush works for the small crevices, to scrub the softened grease. Rinse thoroughly. Dry them completely before putting them back. Moisture left on cast iron grates leads to rust. Rust transfers to your cookware. Rust is hard to remove from cookware. Dry them now, save time later. Part 2. The wood cabinet reset. Wood cabinets are tricky. As I mentioned, they are porous. The area around the handles is usually black with hand oils and cooking grease. Here is the mistake. People use vinegar or heavy degreasers on wood. Vinegar is acidic. Over time, it eats the finish. Heavy degreasers strip the oils from the wood itself, causing it to crack and ruin the finish. Once the finish is gone, the wood absorbs the grease and no amount of scrubbing will get it out. You have to refinish the cabinet. That's a $100 problem caused by a $5 mistake. For wood cabinets, you need a pH-neutral cleaner. A simple solution of warm water and a few drops of mild dish soap is often enough for maintenance. But for the built-up grime around handles, we need a slightly stronger approach that is still safe. Mix 1 quart of warm water with 1 teaspoon of dish soap. Dip a microfiber cloth into the solution and wring it out until it is barely damp. You want the cloth to be almost dry. Excess water is the enemy of wood. Wipe the cabinet doors, focusing on the handle areas. Use the corner of the cloth to get into the details. If the grime is thick, do not scrub harder. Add more time. Let the damp cloth sit on the spot for 30 seconds. This rehydrates the hardened grease, allowing it to lift away with less friction. Wipe clean with a second dry microfiber cloth. This step is crucial. You must remove the moisture and the suspended dirt immediately. Once the cabinets are clean and dry, apply a tiny amount of furniture polish or a beeswax-based conditioner. This restores the protective barrier. A protected surface repels grease. An unprotected surface absorbs it. This one step doubles the time between deep cleans. Part 3. The countertop and sink strategy. Your countertops and sinks see the most traffic. For stone countertops like granite or marble, never use vinegar or lemon juice. The acid etches the stone, leaving dull spots that cannot be polished out. Use a stone-specific cleaner or a mild soap and water solution. For laminate or quartz, you can be a bit more aggressive. A mixture of water and rubbing alcohol, 70% isopropyl, is excellent for sanitizing and cutting grease without leaving a residue. Spray, wipe, and done. The sink is often neglected. Food particles get trapped in the drain strainer and the rim where the sink meets the counter. Remove the strainer. Clean it separately. Use an old toothbrush and baking soda to scrub the rim. This area collects slime, a biofilm of bacteria and food residue. Scrubbing it weekly prevents odors and keeps the seal intact. Finally, the faucet. Hard water spots make a clean kitchen look dirty. Wipe the faucet dry after every use. It takes 3 seconds. If you let the water spots dry, you have to scrub them off later. Prevention is always faster than correction. Pro tip. Here is the pro tip that separates amateurs from professionals. The 2-cloth method. Never clean with just 1 cloth. You need 2. Cloth 1 is for applying the cleaner and lifting the dirt. Cloth 2 is for drying and polishing. When you use only 1 cloth, you pick up the dirt, but then you wipe it back onto the surface as the cloth gets saturated. You're essentially painting the room with dirt. By using a second, clean, dry cloth, you ensure that the dirt is removed and the surface is left streak-free and dry. This applies to everything: windows, mirrors, stainless steel appliances, and faucets. Keep a stack of clean microfiber cloths under your sink. When one gets dirty, toss it in the laundry bin and grab a fresh one. Do not try to make it work with a filthy rag. Your tools matter as much as your chemicals. Also, label your cloths. Use blue for glass, red for bathrooms, green for kitchen surfaces, and yellow for dusting. Cross-contamination is real. You do not want bathroom bacteria on your kitchen counter. Color coding takes the guesswork out and keeps your hygiene standards high. Maintenance routine. You don't need to do this deep clean every day, but you do need a daily maintenance routine to prevent the buildup. Every night before you go to bed, take 5 minutes. Wipe down the stovetop, wipe the counters, rinse the sink. This removes the fresh grease before it has time to oxidize and polymerize. If you remove the grease while it is still liquid, it takes 10 seconds. If you wait a week, it takes 10 minutes. If you wait a month, it takes an hour. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes a day saves you 4 hours on the weekend. That's the math of cleaning. We covered a lot today. We broke down why your kitchen feels sticky, how to safely clean your gas stove without damaging the igniters, how to restore your wood cabinets without stripping the finish, and the two-cloth method that changes everything. Cleaning is not about magic products. It's about understanding the soil and using the right mechanical and chemical action to remove it. You have the knowledge now. The rest is just execution. If this video helped you see your kitchen differently, hit that subscribe button. I post new videos every week breaking down specific cleaning challenges with no-nonsense advice. I want to hear from you. What is the one spot in your kitchen that drives you crazy? Is it the oven door, the microwave ceiling, the fridge seals? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I use your suggestions to plan future videos. If enough of you ask about ovens, I'll do a deep dive on oven cleaning next week. Thanks for watching Kitchen Shine Master. Remember, clean smart, not hard. I'll see you in the next one.